3. London News, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. We'd like to thank Bill Turner for his brief visit to his family here in Melbourne. He gave us a whole day of introduction to different parts of the law. I'd like to thank Dennis, who invited 6 of us and paid for us at that restaurant in Melbourne. Thank you, Dennis, very much. And for Darren and Jody and everybody else who participated there, and Rose, thank you very much. This is the last little bit of Bill's. It wasn't a lecture, and it was just a gathering around a table. And unfortunately, I couldn't use the normal camera. That every piece that we stop and start on the camera had a number, like number 3, 4, 5, 6. I had to do it on my phone, and lucky enough, I had a microphone, but editing was a nightmare. There was about, every time we went off the planet talking about something else, I had to edit that out. So there was nothing of any value edited out. It was just chit chat and some banter that really we couldn't publish, if you like. So anyway, thanks, Bill. Back. I have spoken to Bill since he's back home in New Zealand. He only stayed for a few days actually, and he had to rush back because he's a very busy man. He's at university. Doing law again, as he explained earlier on. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please share it. And this information is so valuable. It's amazing. You think you know quite a bit, and then you watch Bill, talk to Bill, and you realize you know a lot less than you thought you did. So this really adds to whatever knowledge you have. And if you want any the knowledge in the beginning, if you like, go to Bill Turner's channel New Zealand, type in NZ, Bill Turner NZ. It will come up straight away, and start learning, because you know we're in 2 systems, common law, and common law is just waffle unless you have a sheriff's office. The sheriff's office is the authority independent of the statute system or the people who pretend to be in charge of us. There's 2 systems, but remember, common law is bastardized by people who are coming out as experts in common law and saying, and in relation to fines and stuff, it's all BS. Common law is nothing more than a little bit of common sense, humanity, caution, and prudence. Common law has to have enforcement. The enforcement is the sheriff's office. There are only 1 sheriff in an area and deputies. Some people have set up heaps of sheriffs running around. It has no standing. 1 sheriff elected, sworn in by a jury of his peers or her peers. The jury sign off on it, and the sheriff appoints deputies. They go before a jury of their peers, take the oath of office, they're sworn in, and the jury sign off. Each jury member sign off on their appointment.
Rights, okay? It's written there in plain English that you can appoint a manager. So how are you going to appoint a manager? So you'll probably want an affidavit, I am, not my name is, I am. Yeah, you may also want agreement with a certain party.
Ah, yes, agreement with the trust.
With a certain party, by how?
Clean hands?
Silent acquiescence.
Oh, of course.
It doesn't get back to you within 14 days. You have silent acquiescence. You click on it, trig stations. Oh, they have got them. Yeah. Okay. Now, have you ever stopped to look at trig stations? Do you know what they are? Little pyramid structures. There's one there. There we go.
Oh, obelisk.
No, trigs. They're little pyramids, and on top of them, they have symbols, which put negative energy out. They put them on the ley lines. So, what the pyramids on top for all the negative energy to come out, but also when you realise just how powerful they are with their spelling and that sort of stuff, you've just got no idea. But the more we gather together as groups and raise the frequency, and you're sneaky. I've been on to Mariah's. You probably wouldn't. Mariah's, where all the Maoris meet and that sort of thing. And I go on to the Marae, and I can spot the negative energies, and I'll go and sit beside them. And I'll tell you what, they freak out. See them starting to twitch. They can't handle the high frequencies, and honestly, they'll have to get up within 5 minutes, they're gone. There's also energy thieves who will steal your energy. When someone leaves, you'll oh. You know the feeling? The energy thieves? And there's others who will uplift you. So, I mean, we're not just fighting one thing, we're fighting a huge amount of things. And so just raising your wisdom, your knowledge of all the tricks they're using against us will help you to fight the battle. Or, as I say, I don't fight. Never fight with them. Never argue. Never argue.
Agree.
Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art. Criminal Procedures Act 2011, Section 381, payment of fees, fines, etc. Section 208 of the Summary Proceedings Act 1957 applies to all fees, fines, reparation costs, and other blah, blah, blah. Point 2. Section 364, and this section override every enactment other than the Diplomatic Privileges and Immunities Act 1908 and the Consular Privileges Act 1971, having the effect of granting people of any description or the holders of stated offices or positions protection or immunity from criminal or civil liability or both.
Hence being issued a summons.
You need to find that in your legislation. You've got to follow their rules. And people say they won't listen. How many did I just get there saying that they're not listening, they're not doing that? No, you're not listening, you bloody idiots. Matthew 18:16. That is really, really good because that sticks. They say, ooh, but that Matthew 18:16 is so powerful. And when you put that on the bottom of your letters with two witnesses, okay, now you have invoked the Bible, which is what? Ecclesiastical law. Now, I'm sure I've told you this. Lawyers, when they get a Bachelor of Law, it's LLB. What's LLB? Ask a lawyer and they won't even be able to tell you. LB is a Bachelor of Law, but there's another L there. Bachelor of Ecclesiastical Law, which they gift to you. But they don't tell you what it is, because the ecclesiastical law is the powerful one. That's what they're operating under. That's why I gave you Hammurabi earlier on, okay? Which, when you go through that, you'll see exactly why and how they've toned down his laws from killing. Now I'll just give you a fucking good punch.
They're under sacred law and
it's the ecclesiastical law. The first time I put it in my documents, this is back when I was still going to court and doing Neville's thing. The registrar said, "Oh, Bill, you've used ecclesiastical." Oh no, he said, "You've used scripture." He said, "That is very powerful." So when you use their rule book, and that's a twofold thing. What does the Bible tell you about having no false prophets? So when you go to church, who's standing in front of you?
false idol.
false prophet.
False prophet.
Okay? Those false prophets are saying the only way that you can get to the Father is through the Son. They're dead right. Who's the Father? Can I really test you here? I'm going to really test you here.
It's the surname. No?
I don't know.
Someone's learning here, but that it's God who's in heaven, don't they? Okay.
Yeah.
What does the Bible tell you is in heaven? Our Father, who art in heaven.
So our Father is in heaven.
Name, hallowed be thy name.
Our Father is in heaven.
Why do they say, hallowed be thy name? Holy be thy name. Don't use the Father's name. It's all in that prayer. Now, here's the good part. When they, can you quote the Lord's Prayer?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our, and King James says debtors, doesn't it? Instead of like trespassers. Is that correct?
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Oh, where is it? Oh, full chapter.
King James version is different to what I was taught at Sunday.
So here it is. Our Father in heaven. This is a bit different, this one. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. You're not allowed to use the Father's name. Your kingdom come, your will.
Be done, your will.
Okay, I'm telling you how you do things. It's by your will.
Straight in the
So when you put your will in, what do? You revive the trust and you bring yourself back to life. Okay. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Who's in heaven? Father. Now the Son has come back to the Father and united the kingdom. That's why you have the united kingdom. Give us today our daily bread and forgive us our debts. The churches teach you sin. Why? They want you, sin. Oh, I was having impure thoughts. It's your debts. You must pray for forgiveness of sin. Now, how we found this out was we were in court once and Inland Revenue were prosecuting one of our mates, and we'd told him this, and he said, the prosecutor laid everything out, and I can't even remember who it was now. He said, Your Honour, I pray for forgiveness. And the prosecutor leapt to his feet and he says, Your Honour, I'll forgive him as long as he forgives me. Bang. Gone. Case gone. So now the prosecutor didn't have to pay and he didn't have to pay.
So, how does the Jubilee come into?
We're going to look at the res. R-E-S. Oh, you know about it?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good. Res. Yeah. Res. Might have to look at legal. The lawyers put your crook right from the start. They say, this is my final will and testament. So we want a codicil to add to our will. And the codicil, you need to claim back the res. Open a page there and put legal definition of res. Okay.
Latin for thing or matter in the common law. It can refer to an object, interest or status as opposed to a person. See, for example, res ispa loquatator, res judica or res jurisdiction. So you can be heard in res as well in the court.
Well, the res, when you do a will, you must claim back the res, which is the residue of the estate, the deceased estate. So you claim back any of your wills. You must do a codicil to claim back the residue of your estate. Who do you think steals the res? public trust. Always. They get everyone arguing and fighting over the car, the boat, all the insignificant shit, but it's the res that they don't want you. Now, if you go to any act, go to your legislation site and put in unclaimed money.
That's all the entitlements of interest.
No, it's the money, all the unclaimed money. If you go into, go into this one here, and if you go into your legislation site and type in unclaimed money, there is an act here, 1971, unclaimed money, but you'll find it in all the acts, unclaimed money, and that's the residue of the estate. Okay, so here, see, no, up one. Yeah, that one. Click on that. Unclaimed money to be paid to the Crown. Okay, so who's the Crown? It's the deceased estate. Okay, so the deceased estate is the Crown.
Unclaimed Money Act 2008.
Yep. Okay, so
Under their power of attorney.
unclaimed money, it's in so many different acts that you'll be absolutely click it down and put it down there. Open it. Yep, and it'll always be I've studied these for years, so I know all the different things, and just talking, I'll think of another act, that we've already researched. Now, like, for example,